we've been talking a lot about the regional growth blueprint for growth, and how we want to center and try to attract more tech companies. And that's one of the things we want to do. Kind of talk to me about some of the challenges you perceive the city to have around this.
Well, much like the shower curtain here in the studio, I think our area still has a view of the jobs of the future that's opaque, fuzzy, blurred, and technology is such a broad concept, right? To someone, technology can mean, a really advanced fabrication process in their plant, and to others, technology can mean, writing software or developing a gadget of some sort. And so it's a broad subject, and as a result, it gets co-opted pretty easily. But the truth is, as a community, we really have yet to fully congeal and fire up around transitioning our community jobs and what's going to grow our city and state in the future. The phrase I would use is I think we're in a long and obtuse spiral of death that, frankly, aircraft and the way aircraft influences our environment from a jobs perspective obfuscates and makes challenging in terms of the city being able to invest in the right areas. Because, what they create are pressure points and crises. And to think that our community could hinge on whether an executive all the way in Seattle made a good decision about an aircraft battery. We don't see it that way. We don't talk about it that way, but that's the truth. One bad thought, and we're devastated. They're not, right? We invented the Learjet, guys. We invented it. It's no longer here.
But the good news is, as you mentioned earlier, the great work like Adrian Corson from the partnership is doing. We just had a major announcement.
That's true.
And we're bringing in more companies that's diversifying our local economy with more tech jobs in the focus. So that's the good news out of all of this.
That is the good news. And they are slaving away at it. I mean, they are working hard at GWP to do that.
Yep.
And here's our first one. So, I would argue that we need to support, all of us need to support what they're doing a little bit more aggressively, because they shouldn't be our first one.
So you mentioned a challenge already operating in Wichita. What's an advantage?
Well, it goes back to, our particular, for lack of a better word, local culture, local attitude. Even talking about this subject and putting out a challenging thought is, Ebony responds back with well, we're still doing good things, right? And so that positivity is powerful. It helps. So I appreciate it, Ebony, right? So I think we can strive. I think our cost of doing business is exceptional. Just recently, Keycentrix recruited a software executive away from McKesson. And, he was looking at our, cost of producing software. He goes, these are better rates than I get from India. And, people don't know that. They don't understand that. And we pay well. We pay very well. We provide very well, and we're still more cost effective. So I think there's a lot of strength there that just talking about it doesn't really help the person shopping. I mean, every place is cheaper than San Francisco, right? Like they're going to lead with that.
Right.
Every place is cheaper than, say, Pittsburgh or New York City. But when somebody says, you're doing better here with talent developed here, with talent brought here into our, economy, you're doing better here than I could do with, folks offshore. Well, that's a much stronger statement in my opinion.